Okay, folks, buckle up, because tonight we're diving into a mystery that starts with a simple metal ball and ends with the US Navy asking questions no one could answer. Get ready for a wild ride. It's just a cannonball, right? Florida, 1974. A small fire tears through a wooded property near Jacksonville. When the smoke clears, the Betz family walks their land, checking the damage. That's when they see it, half buried in the grass. A perfectly smooth stainless steel sphere. No seams, no weld marks, no scorch damage from the fire. Just flawless. They assume it's a cannonball, maybe debris from something old. They take it home. 2 weeks later, Terry Betz is playing guitar in the living room. A chord rings out. The sphere answers. It vibrates like a tuning fork, not subtly, audibly. Then it moves. It rolls across the floor, stops at the edge of a table, pauses, turns, rolls back. Not downhill, not randomly, like it's responding. Soon, local news stations are filming it. The sphere moves on glass tables, changes direction mid-roll. Appears to avoid falling. The dog will not go near it. The Navy calls, because this is not just a cannonball, and it may not even be a ball. All right, first things first, yes, this sounds like a plot of a low-budget sci-fi movie. A mysterious orb that reacts to music. If I saw that on Craigslist, I would not bring it into my house. Now, here's the key. This is not internet folklore. It's covered by major newspapers in 1974. There are interviews, there are Navy records. That's why this story refuses to disappear. The behavior. It has consciousness. Once the sphere is inside the house, things get strange. The Betz family weighs in. Roughly 22 pounds, about the size of a bowling ball. Stainless steel, completely smooth, except for a small triangular symbol etched faintly on the surface. They place it on the table. They push it toward the edge. It rolls, slows, stops exactly at the brink, pauses, then rolls back to the center. They try again, same result. It does not wobble like a weighted ball. It does not fall like gravity would suggest. It corrects. Then they notice something else. On sunny days, it seems more active. It rolls more frequently, vibrates more intensely when exposed to direct sunlight. When Terry plays guitar, it hums, resonates, as if responding to sound frequencies. The family reports doors slamming at night, faint organ-like tones echoing in the house. The dog refuses to enter the room when the sphere is present. Now pause. We need to be careful here. Some of this comes from direct family testimony, some from newspaper reporting. Sensational reporting was common in the 1970s. But the consistent thread remains. The object appeared to react, not randomly, not chaotically, deliberately. To the Betz family, it stopped being a souvenir. It became something else. And once local media caught wind of the story, the situation escalated beyond their control. Okay, let's ground this. A heavy steel ball can roll in surprising ways if the center of mass is offset. Acoustic resonance is a real thing. And once the media gets involved, stories can grow legs. But here's what makes it compelling. Multiple journalists saw it move. Engineers examined it. This was not just one late-night campfire tale. Something physical existed. The question is whether the behavior was extraordinary or misunderstood. The military steps in, Omega -1. By early 1974, the story leaves the Betz living room. It hits the newspapers. Television crews arrive. Engineers stop by out of curiosity. And then the phone rings. The United States Navy wants to examine the sphere. Now we need to clarify something. There's no official record of NASA leading this investigation. Most accounts point to the US Navy and Naval Air Station Jacksonville. Over time, retellings blurred those lines. But it was military interest that elevated this story. The sphere is taken for testing. First, a 300 kilovolt X-ray machine. The initial scans struggle to penetrate the dense stainless steel. Then, a more powerful system is used. Reports claim the interior is not solid. Inside, technicians observe what appears to be several smaller spherical shapes embedded within. 3 or 4 objects arranged almost symmetrically. Not hollow, not empty, structured. The Navy keeps its findings brief. Publicly, they lean toward a mundane explanation, possibly industrial equipment, a heavy steel valve ball, something used in pipelines. But the mystery deepens when Dr. J. Allen Hynek, known for his work on UFO investigations, becomes aware of the case. Hynek reportedly examined the sphere, or at least reviewed its details. His stance was cautious. He believed it was man-made, but he did not know by whom. And that statement, ambiguous as it was, kept the speculation alive. Because if it was man-made, why did no manufacturer step forward? Okay, quick reality check. The Navy did test it. That part is documented. The internal, smaller spheres come from reported X-ray interpretations, but we don't have the original films publicly available. Hynek's involvement is mentioned in secondary sources, but details vary. And this is where myth and records start blending. Still, when the military takes interest in your bowling ball, that is not nothing. That is what fuels the legend. The disappearance. Where is it now? After the media frenzy peaks, something changes. The Betz family grows uncomfortable. Reporters camp outside. Speculation escalates. Strange claims amplify. And then they withdraw. Public appearances stop. Interviews become rare. The sphere eventually leaves the spotlight. So, what was it? Theory 1. An industrial check valve ball. Heavy stainless steel spheres are used in large pipeline systems. If one became magnetized or had internal weight distribution irregularities, it could roll unpredictably. Now, this explanation is supported by some engineers who examined the story years later. Theory 2. A piece of aerospace hardware. Now, some suggested it could be satellite debris. However, no confirmed space program has claimed it. Theory 3. An alien probe. A small autonomous observer. That idea survives mostly because of behavioral claims that feel intentional. But here is the friction point. Many of the most dramatic behaviors come from anecdotal reports. Independent testing did not consistently reproduce the extreme movements described in early interviews. Over time, interest fades. The sphere is reportedly sold or transferred. And today? Its confirmed whereabouts are unclear. No museum display, no official archive, just a story. Which leaves us with something powerful. An object that existed, tested, filmed, debated, and then gone. Here is where we separate the mystery from mythology. The industrial valve explanation is actually very plausible. Heavy steel balls behave strangely if weight distribution is off. Add media exaggeration and you get a legend. But the disappearance keeps it intriguing, not because that proves anything, but because unresolved stories are sticky. When there's no clean ending, people fill in the silence with imagination. A perfect sphere. So, where does that leave us? A stainless steel sphere discovered after a fire in 1974. Tested by the Navy, covered by major newspapers, examined by engineers. And then, it fades into obscurity. Today, the Betz Sphere is not on display in a museum. It is not archived in a public scientific database. The family eventually withdrew from media attention, reportedly overwhelmed by the frenzy. Some accounts suggest the sphere was sold. Others say it was returned after testing and simply lost to time. There's no official statement declaring it extraterrestrial. There's no definitive report calling it alien technology. But there's also no complete public documentation that settles every question. And that is where the tension lives. If it was an industrial ball valve, that's fascinating in its own right. It shows how easily perception and physics can combine to create mystery. If it was aerospace debris, then it was an unusual relic of the Cold War era. If, however, it was something more, something observational, something designed to sit quietly and react, then perhaps we held a device in our living room without ever understanding it. Sometimes the most unsettling idea is not invasion, it is observation. Not fleets in the sky, just one silent object, perfect, polished, seemingly aware. And the real mystery might not be what it was, but how quickly it disappeared. So, what do you think was inside? Okay, well, let's stay rational. There's no confirmed evidence this was alien technology. The industrial explanation remains strong. unresolved stories stick with us for a reason. Now, the Betz Sphere sits right at that line between physics and possibility, and that's why we are still talking about it today. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this one. And now all of my episodes are available as Mysteria Archive podcasts, which you can listen to on the YouTube Music app, which is free for podcasts. No subscription required. Happy listening. Now, this is your special place, and I want to make the videos that you as members want to see. So let me know in the chat what interests you and what episodes I can make especially for you. Okay, my inner circle of friends, stay safe, and until next time, stay curious.